Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more.
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about Season 4, Episode 7, title All These Things That I've Done. Air day November 15th, 2006, and the synopsis is:
Brooke has her hands full with her model for the Tarte fashion show and a new boyfriend. Rachel makes the cover of Maxim, causing chaos at Tree Hill High. Meanwhile, Lucas learns of Nathan's dealings with Daunte and has to choose between Nathan and his love for basketball. Haley takes on a babysitting job to find herself in over her head, and Peyton's brother Derek forces her to confront her deepest fears. So we start off at the fashion show where Nick shows up to support Brooke. And apparently this is like during a school day too.
Why is he supporting her in a public place?
Yeah, and she should be in school, teaching, if anything.
I just don't get it. It's like I don't understand this relationship because they were being secretive. Somewhat.
Yeah.
And remember only sneaking out in the middle of the night? Now they've totally disregarded that and they've moved to public places.
Well, he did because she got nervous when she saw him. So it was his idea. So he's pushing it.
But she still didn't. She still went along with it. Yeah, she still went along with it. It's like
she figured since no one that knows both of them were there until, Mouth's there and then Gigi shows up later.
There. That's the thing, is like Mouth is there.
Yeah, I was surprised too because he got out of school somehow too to do this.
But it's just, and it's weird that he's hanging out with Brooke now. Because he was hanging out with Rachel. Now he's back to Brooke. Remember? That was the other thing too.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't really hung out since before the wedding, right? I think it was.
Right, because it's kind of been... Well, because Mouth has kind of not really been hanging out with either one of them in Season 4. He's been kind of with Gigi.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
And then Brooke and Rachel have been hanging out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just didn't understand this whole thing either of him showing up out of the blue. Like, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, so she hid Nick behind the curtain when Mouth walked up, and he's just, helping her out.
Isn't she 18, though?
Yeah.
Okay. So the only thing that's wrong is that she's a student.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then plus she knows how Mouth already kind of saw Rachel go through this with an older guy, so maybe, Brooke thought, Mouth might say, this isn't a good idea, remember what happened with Rachel, maybe she, didn't want to be judged, maybe, in a way.
Like, the other pretty girl going after someone older.
Yeah. And then too, Mouth mentions that it's a good thing that Brooke is student council president, even though we haven't seen her do anything for this year with that. And then she tells
the DW not I was last year because it was Season 2, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the student council president. Like, she hasn't done anything.
Yeah, because I'm saying like the last thing she really did was the car, the DW not I, and that was in Season 2, so it was last school year.
Yeah, and that was like her own project that she did somehow.
Yeah, and that was like really the only thing she did.
And then she tells him to go put the body jewels on the model.
And of course he's like,
Yeah, and of course he likes her and everything, even though he's with Gigi. Well, he's starting to see Gigi, but yeah. And then I think her name's Tia, but then she goes behind the curtain with Nick, as if that's so sneaky. And then at the apartment, Haley's getting, things together because she's gonna babysit a couple kids from a woman. They don't really say who this woman is.
I know. Did she
like a neighbor, her mom's friend, like somebody? Yeah. How does she know this woman?
all of a sudden she knows this older lady with 2 little kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They could have
And
just said she was a neighbor, but
and she's clearly never babysat the kids because she'd have a
Mhm.
relationship with these kids. It's not like, in the past when I lived at home, I used to babysit these kids.
mm-hmm.
No, she doesn't even know these kids.
Right.
And the fact that this mom is just gonna drop her kids off to a complete stranger is weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
And then she wasn't even like paying attention to Haley when she was talking to her.
right. But like it was funny because like Nathan's like, oh, you gotta like watch yourself.
Mhm.
And because she's grabbing the bin and she's
Yeah,
like,
from high up. Yeah.
I'm pregnant, not elderly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
Yeah.
It's like, don't you wish like all husbands were like that, just so worried about you?
Mm-hmm. And then she tells him that she wants to go to Duke with him because she got her acceptance letter from it.
I liked that. I liked that she
Mhm.
said that she wants, like, he followed her dream, which,
Mhm.
um,
And then she's
singing.
so she's probably going for teaching, right? Even though she never mentions where, why she's going to Duke or
Yeah.
college at all. But
Well, that's what I said. You can go and be a teacher. Like, you can
Mhm.
go to school for that anywhere,
yeah.
even community college. That's why I don't understand why she had to go to Stanford
Mm-hmm.
when she is going to be like, I could see if you're going to be a lawyer,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you're going to go to Harvard or Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to be a teacher, you don't have to go to those schools.
Right.
And so that's why I didn't understand why she had why she put herself first.
Mhm.
Also she is also pregnant. She should be putting the baby first, but
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I was happy that she finally said it, that he deserves this and it's his
Mhm.
time to shine.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I've kind of been saying, and I've been annoyed at her for, is not putting him first when all he ever does is put her first. So I was happy that she did that.
Yeah, and plus they should be not just because they're married, but they should be close to each other because she's pregnant. So if something goes wrong, like he'll be right there anyways.
By the time they go to college, the baby will be born.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He needs to see the kid.
Yeah, it seems like she was only pregnant for like 2 months, and then she has the baby.
Uh-huh.
So
This is why the time frame for Haley's pregnancy does not make sense.
right.
Because she has that graduation.
Yep. And that's like May. So yeah, Nathan says, "How did he get so lucky?" And she says, "It helps that he's hot."
Well,
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's gonna be at the river court with Lucas and Skills while she's babysitting. Because she does ask if he wants to stay, but
And he said, yeah, I don't like kids.
mm-hmm.
And then look at her face and goes, well, I like our kid.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because I kind of say the same thing. Like, I like kids I know.
Mm-hmm.
But, other people's kids, I'm like, oh my God. Like, so annoying. And so I'm like, I kind of agree with her. Like, if I had a kid, I would, of course, love mine. But it's like,
Mm-hmm.
other people's, on the other hand,
Yeah.
Don't you feel the same way?
Not really.
You love all kids, even strangers?
Well, the stranger kids, like, they just really stare at me because of my walking and my leg. But besides that, I don't really mind them. As long as they're not loud or anything, that's when I do get annoyed.
Okay, these kids are loud.
Yeah.
Would you like them?
Well, they're throwing things too. That's another thing. And
In
destroying
her house.
everything.
In her house. And putting
Mhm.
crap on the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like the shaving cream or whatever it was, or soap.
Mhm.
Oh, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Your mom would be coming to get you.
Mhm. Yeah. But apparently Haley wanted to do this to have experience with kids because apparently her mom was overwhelmed and was always screaming at them.
I don't understand this because I don't understand this timeline of like Haley's family.
Mhm.
Like in season 1, remember it was, oh, we have a lot of kids and I'm the baby and they kind of done this, so they've kind of just like brushed me off, kind of like that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then we flash forward to like hear how her mom was so overwhelmed with them, even though her and her siblings, of course, are like, the timeline isn't really adding up. But then we go to like, later in the seasons, and she puts her mom on a pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, huh? Like, it just doesn't add up to like what you would put on a pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the actions and the stuff Haley said, it doesn't really add up.
Right.
Does it to you?
Mm-mm.
Like, I get putting Karen on a pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get putting Haley's mom up there, though.
Right.
So that's what was odd. But I'm like, here's another thing of, and I don't think they really know what to do with like Haley's family sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do we make them normal and like loving, or because they're AWOL?
Mm-hmm.
So they shouldn't be up on any. They should be down there with Dan.
Right. Yeah, they missed her
No,
wedding, second
never
wedding.
mind. Not Dan, because Dan actually went and he actually attends things. No,
Mm-hmm.
they should be down there with Larry Sawyer.
Mhm.
Well, think about it. Who is the other besides Brooke's parents? Who is the other AWOL parent? Larry.
Peyton said, yeah.
Larry and Brooke's parents. They should all be down there together.
Yeah.
But
So
we
where are
also, but we also know that Brooke's parents are not exactly nice. Like, we see Victoria next season.
where are they again? California or New York or something? Brooke's parents?
California.
Okay, yeah.
But like, we know that Victoria is who she is. That's why Brooke was the way she was.
Mm-hmm.
But like, Larry is supposed to be. He's always nice,
Mm-hmm.
but yet he's AWOL.
Yeah.
We've met Haley's parents. They're nice. They're just AWOL.
Yeah.
Where Brooke's parents are AWOL, but there's a reason why they're AWOL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We met them. We get it.
Mm-hmm.
But we just don't get these other ones.
Yeah.
Like if they act like they're so involved, but they're really not.
Right.
I don't understand.
Yeah, Larry only came back after Peyton got shot, but then never showed up again after Derek or Psycho Derek, and then he wasn't there either when Ellie died. So,
Well,
yeah.
you know what's weird?
Hmm.
How many episodes was he in? Only like a few, right?
I don't know. I would have to look on IDMB or whatever.
Because the actor, he confused me. Because he was on Magical Rewind podcast.
Yeah.
With Will and Sabrina.
Right.
And they did the Smart House movie. So they were talking to him.
Yeah, I saw the clips, yeah.
And they brought up One Tree Hill. And he said, yeah, I was on there for years. And I'm like, years? You were on there for one season and only a couple episodes.
It wasn't 2 seasons?
Did he
like 3 and 4 here? Or
did he ever come back in season 4?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out if my Wi-Fi will load.
I swear he never came back that I can remember in season 4.
Like I know he doesn't come back for graduation either.
Well, he said he was like on the show for like 6 years, and I like kind of laughed at that.
He said 6 years?
Something like he said a number, and I was like, they don't even make sense because there was a different Larry,
right?
And we never saw Peyton's dad in the later seasons, like 5 and 6.
Right.
So I'm like, Andrew came in 3, so it would only technically be 2 if he showed up, but I don't even think he did.
Right.
I thought it was just season 3, those couple episodes, and then that was it. So he kind of threw me off when he said that because I'm like, you don't really know the timeline is.
What's his name again?
Kevin Kilner.
Okay, let me see. Trying to find him on here. Oops. It's his real name?
Huh?
His real name, the actor?
Yeah, Kevin Kilmer.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, it says 6 episodes between 2005 and 2006.
Yeah, and what was the last one?
So he was in season 3 and still season 3 in 2005, 2006. Yeah, so 1 season for those episodes. 6
Yeah, so
episodes.
he never came back for 4.
Yeah, so it's just like a year.
So it was kinda maybe he meant 6 episodes, not 6 years.
Maybe, yeah. He just misspoke, yeah.
But he also said like it was nice because like he kind of like got to come and go. And I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
because you're only in a couple episodes.
Right.
So yeah, it's throwing me off. But yeah, maybe he meant 6 episodes, not 6
Mm.
years.
Yeah.
But yeah, Larry AWOL. Because again, his daughter is going through this, and he's AWOL.
Yep.
You would think too, Derek, wouldn't he like feel something given that his sister was adopted by this man who
And then, yeah, he's not even
isn't
around.
he's
Mhm.
not even there for something that truly matters, like his daughter
Mhm.
being attacked.
Yeah, and his dad left him too, so
Because like
their
think
dad,
about
yeah.
it. But
Mhm.
think about if you found out you had a brother or sister
Mhm.
that was adopted and you found out that their parent was never around, you'd be like, excuse you?
Mhm.
You know, like you would have a feeling about it, and I feel like Derek would too. He just
Mhm.
never says it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of annoying because if that's his sister,
Mhm.
anything about it, he's very, what's the word? Very open, like of the things he says to her.
Mhm.
Like he's not shy.
Mhm.
You would think he would have these things to say to her. Of her dad not being there.
Right.
So that's a little odd too.
Yeah, I guess Lucas being there for her is enough for him, apparently.
But it's not her dad,
Mhm.
the one who adopted her.
Right.
Like if you were going to just abandon her, why did you adopt her?
Mhm.
Sort of thing.
Right.
Oh, just my feelings, I guess. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, and then back at the fashion show, Mouth is still putting the body jewels on the model. And she's like flirting with him, basically being another Nick, going after a high school student.
Like he
'Cause-
was so funny.
yeah, because he was nervous because he liked her, of course. And then because he even dropped one down her dress, one of the jewels. And then she like became obsessed that he was a virgin, which is really creepy.
I think she was just obsessed with him, period. It was weird.
Hmm. And then she wants him to go out with her and her friends, and how he won't wake up a virgin tomorrow, which is really creepy. And then she even checks herself out in the mirror in a vanity that people are carrying passing by her.
Mm-hmm.
So very into her looks. And then we go to Peyton, who now has like a pit bull on her bedroom wall.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Yeah. I guess because like pit bulls are known to be
Tough.
used, yeah, probably like, I don't know, to inspire her that she could be tough like one, maybe. And then she hears her front door open. So she goes downstairs, seeing the front door still closed and locked, but the back door is open.
So Peyton goes through this whole attack, right?
Hmm.
Doesn't lock her doors
Right. Yeah.
again.
Hmm. Yeah. So she goes to close the door, but the chains broke, and then she hears someone say her name from behind her, and she asks him like, "How did he get in her house?" And then we see it's Derek, and he's just sitting there at her kitchen table.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then he says the question is, how didn't he get in? Because he popped the back door open and the basement window and the window near the porch, or were easy to get through. So he says, given her history, he thought she'd pay more attention to home security.
I will say I did not like what she said to him.
About
Well, they can go back and forth all the day long, but like when she said at the end, I like the other Derek better.
yeah, no.
Are you kidding me? He tried
Yeah.
to kill you. He was obsessed with you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you? And he almost killed Lucas. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what do you mean? What do you mean when you say you like the other Derek better?
Right. And then Lucas says the same thing later on too.
Yeah. I don't understand because again, someone that tried to kill me and was obsessed with me, I'm not going to say is,
Yeah.
anything compared to any of the people that are around me.
Mm-hmm.
So to say I like the other Derek better, I was like, again, I don't care how much feuding you and this Derek do.
Mm-hmm.
He'll never come close to that psycho.
Yeah.
So I did not like what she said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was just a bad move on the writers.
I know, because he tried to kill you, Peyton. Are you on something that like you don't understand?
And then he was,
like
he was stalking her way before that too. So
wasn't it like a year or something before?
yeah, when he started messaging her, yeah, and then he was collecting all those pictures since then.
Yeah, and then she's gonna have the nerve to say that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like that.
Yeah.
That's one thing in the episode I didn't like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, neither did I.
Well, especially because she's so fearful.
Mm-hmm.
Who made you this fearful? It wasn't
Right.
this Derek. It was the other one.
Yeah.
So what do you mean you like the other one better?
Mm-hmm.
Like I get it was supposed to be a dig to him, but it actually makes you look stupid by saying it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't do anything to Derek, this one, because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what does he care? But like it makes more like of who you are by saying it.
Right.
Like, so you like people who attack. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you'll never move on from this because you like the other one. Maybe that's what Derek should have said.
Right.
It made more sense.
Yeah. So she points out to, her brother Derek here that she thought he wasn't interested in sticking around, and he says he's not. He just wants to make sure she's safe before he goes back to his life. And
I like that.
yeah.
Because he doesn't even know her and he cares.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he knows that she hasn't been going to school. And she makes the excuse that, seniors skip class a lot. And he says they do that to do fun stuff, not, hiding in the room all day. So then, Payne says that's not what she's doing. So Derek says, if she's really getting, getting attacked by that psycho, then there's no reason that she would, wouldn't be at school. So unless she'd rather hang out feeling sorry for herself. So Payne says, annoyed by him saying, fine, I'll go to school if that's what, make you leave. So he says he'll drive her. And then, he's military. So telling her to hurry up and giving her a military time. And that's when she said the line there. So, and then at the river court, the boys are playing ball. And Lucas asks Nathan if he's ready tonight. Nathan says he'd feel a lot better if he had him watching his back the whole time. And Lucas says, he promised his mom not a second more than 15 minutes.
And then whatever his name is shows up, Rick.
Oh, you mean Daunte?
Well, yeah, Daunte. Sorry,
Yeah.
First thing. Yeah. Then Daunte shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And here's the thing is too, Dante's not even doing it in private anymore.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
Like when Nathan at first Nathan was at the bus stop alone.
Mm-hmm.
He was at the river court alone. Okay.
Yep.
But now he's doing it when Nathan's around others.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that that's going to be suspicious?
Yeah, so like Nick, they're careless on what they're doing with these students, high school students, and their involvement with them.
But you don't think that Daunte, who's a professional at this, would?
Yeah, he should, yeah.
I just find that weird. I could see like him waiting till Lucas and Skills left, but not right then and there in the open like that.
Right.
And then Skills knows who he is for of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good on Dante's part, I will say.
Yeah, so Nick says, not Nick, Nathan says that, he doesn't have the money yet. he tried to get a loan from his mom, but she's not doing well, and he knows it's $10K, but now Daunte ups it to 15, for not making payments on time.
So so Daunte paid for the car being returned,
Mm-hmm.
the lights,
Mm-hmm. As far as we know, yeah.
what else?
I don't know.
The rent, probably the rent.
Yeah, something, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to get where 15 or where 10 grand comes from.
Right. Yeah.
Because the car wasn't worth 10 grand.
Right. No.
And I don't think their utilities are 10 grand.
Mm-mm.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be in that apartment.
Yeah, especially 20 years ago.
Right. So I'm just trying to figure out where this 10 grand is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that they said they had hospital bills.
But Dan paid for those.
He did?
For Nathan?
No.
Right?
Remember when they came home from the hospital?
Oh, that was the other time.
Yeah. The other time was when he basically got them to leave. Yeah, to leave Haley.
Yeah, so maybe he paid those too, because those were due, probably.
You think? Yeah, I think Daunte may have paid those because Dan sure wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Dan's like, you made that mess. You go clean it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the hospital bills would rack up the rest of the 10 grand.
Right.
Oh my God, but then when he tells Nathan to win, but not more than 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, don't you think at this point Nathan should have talked to Dan?
Yeah. But he probably thought he wouldn't really listen, and Nathan didn't see it as like anything dangerous yet.
I know, but especially because this guy's now like telling you need to do this or else.
Mm-hmm.
That's a threat. But like for Nathan, like his dad, Dan loves basketball. This will interfere with basketball because now he has to have a certain amount of points.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan, remember, always wants him to win by 100.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it would interfere. Like, I could see where Dan's like, I don't want to deal with the money situation, but I feel like Dan would come in because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it involves basketball. It's not just his kids' money and livelihood. This is basketball he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Dan would step in here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's annoying that Nathan isn't turning to him.
Yeah. Well, Nathan does say to Daunte, like, no way he's going to do that at first. But then Daunte says, like, I'm not asking you to lose. You'll still win and get the state championship. So, and then he'll be debt free.
Well, but that's the thing is, like, Nathan has no money. So what's he supposed to do? Remember? Because he said, it's either bring me the money tonight or whatever,
mm-hmm.
or lose by or win by with, what is it? By 9 points.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's your deal. You are not going to find 15 grand tonight unless you go talk to Dan.
Right.
He's your only saving grace.
Mm-hmm.
But, Nathan has to do things on his own, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so thank goodness for Lucas for paying attention and being concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, Skills, said that if, Daunte's talking to Nathan, then it can't be good. But he didn't really seem, concerned after that.
Right. He just kind of told Lucas about it, and then Lucas wouldn't get that off of his mind.
Mm-hmm. And then back at the fashion show, Brooke is doing her last check to see if the clothes, look good on the models. And then that's when Rachel walks in. And again, making comments about her body. But then she shows her the cover of Maxim. And, they're all excited. And then Rachel says they have to celebrate tonight. But then Brooke says she can't. She has plans. So, Rachel lets her know that she knows about her and Nick. And, Brooke pretends to not know what she's talking about. But Rachel tells her not to play dumb because she saw her sneak out with him last night. And she thought that it was over. And Brooke tells Rachel that she claimed, she's not a slut. And that's a big lie. And, trying to distract her, changing the subject about the magazine.
So I think Rachel's upset because her friend Brooke is hanging out all the time now with Nick and not with her. Like, here's a
Right.
big deal. She's on the cover, and Brooke would rather hang out with Nick than celebrate Rachel's success, because that's you should be proud of somebody like that.
Well, maybe too that Rachel doesn't want Brooke to get hurt like she did with Cooper. Maybe.
Yeah, but you could tell. Like, remember when she said we gotta celebrate, and then for Brooke to be like, I got plans. It's like, so ditch them. Like, you're not gonna be with that Nick guy forever. Like, ditch him, because like this is important. That is not important. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I guess just teenagers, right?
So then Peyton goes to school. I feel like it's
Barely.
probably like halfway to the day now, but she walks in, everybody's looking at her. And then the bell rings, and that triggers her memories, of Derek attacking her. And then she's just getting flashbacks of everything. And she keeps walking. And then that's when Lucas comes up and scares her because he puts his hand on her shoulder. And
you would think he would know better by now.
Yeah, so he takes her home. And then Deb is at the doctor's, mentioning that her back pain won't let up.
Oh my God. I love this doctor. Because she was like, I don't want to prescribe you any more pills. Basically like, you need to talk to somebody, like a therapist, and Deb is just not having it.
Right. But she seems like she was going to give in until the doctor made the mistake of leaving her prescription pad in the room with her after she left.
I feel like Deb would have done something to get those prescriptions. Whether she left that pad or not.
Right.
Well, I like that this doctor didn't just shove pills down her throat. Because there are some that do. There are some that are like, nope, all you need is more pills. And it's like, what do you mean that's what I need?
Right.
Like, sometimes that's not what you need. So, like, sometimes you just need physical therapy if you're in pain, not actual medicine, like pills.
Yeah.
And for her, I just love it. You just need to talk to somebody. It was good.
Right. And then back at school, Rachel's signing magazines that the guys have and taking pictures of her on their cell phones when Mr. Chabas, Nick, walks in. And he tells the students to settle down and then takes some magazines from them, saying that they're not allowed in class, and tells Rachel to stop making a spectacle of herself, he says. And then Rachel asks him, what's the matter? She thought he liked high school girls. And then he tells her that he'll see her after school. So now she's definitely taken advantage of knowing his secret to get what she wants.
I did not like that at all.
Like, I mean, he's not on the right either, but yeah.
Like, I don't like this situation. But she's definitely in the wrong for saying that.
Yeah. And then back at the fashion show, Brooke's designs are shown on the runway, and backstage, the model that Mouth was helping before calls him Mouthy to get his attention and asks if he can help her with her shoe. And so then, he goes over to help her, and then she kisses him before going on stage. And then says now she knows why they call him Mouth.
Call Mouth? I know. I was like, okay.
Yep. And then she's excited for tonight. And then that's when Gigi shows up.
Poor Gigi.
Because apparently everybody's skipping school to be there.
Well, I think we would too.
Yeah.
If we knew somebody that had a fashion line. Right.
And then she just went there to ask if he liked red or blue better to see what she would wear for their date tonight. And he totally forgot, of course, because the model distracted him. Yeah.
Poor Gigi. She really likes him.
Yeah. And then at the apartment, like we said before, the mother came over not really caring about Haley being, totally prepared. She has everything. She's CPR certified. She has the snacks and the games.
Yeah,
and
all the mom wants to know if you got the emergency contacts. And then she goes, yeah. And then she's like leaves. And it's like, what?
Yeah. And then when she turns around, the kids are already gone somewhere.
But they're book bags. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And then now after school, Rachel goes to the next classroom. He says that he would say nice spread, but that's probably inappropriate for a teacher. That was kind of weird for
It
him to
is.
say. Yeah.
It is.
But he doesn't know that Rachel. Oh, I mean, he does know that Rachel knows, but I don't know. Yeah, it was just weird either way. Yeah, so Rachel says that she bets he wouldn't have a problem saying that to Brooke. Isn't he her teacher too? And he says he gets it. She likes to be the center of attention, to get a rise out of people. And Rachel tells him that he's an underpaid high school teacher sleeping with a student and she's insecure. And then he says that she seems to be in the driver's seat. So what does she want? And she just says one thing and then says that she thinks they should close the door for this. And then, of course, we don't know what happened, but. And then at Peyton's, Lucas and Derek are there to see her. And Lucas tells her she has a visitor. He called Derek because he didn't want her to be alone because he has to be at the cafe. And then she admits that she had a panic attack. So Derek says so she wasn't fine, but went to school anyways, just to prove him wrong.
Oh, of course she did.
Yeah.
Who
He was
wouldn't?
being pushy, yeah. She said that she's a mess. He got what he wanted. And Derek says that he just wants her to admit that she has a problem so they can deal with it instead of hiding and pretending everything's fine. And then he kind of goes at her like everyday people all the world get beat down, lose their families and everything. And they fight how to put their lives back together.
I like that he keeps telling her fight back instead of hiding out kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can see this for a few days, but it's because he wants her to be tougher because he knows it's in her.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs to find it.
Yeah. And then
but then Lucas was like, she's had a rough day. And he's like, it won't get easier when, with you babysitting or with you baby and her every step of the way. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, there you go, Derek. Look, I love that too because Lucas is.
Mm-hmm.
He's making every excuse in the book for her.
Mm-hmm. So then he asks Peyton if he knows that when the world, to get the world to back off of you, you got to make it back off. And so she tells him,
back the hell off. Yeah.
Yeah. So then he thinks he's wasting his time and then goes to walk out. And Lucas says
and
that
that's when Lucas said, Lucas said, look, you're Derek better. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
What is up with, what is it, 2 episodes later after the attack or whatever it is? Mm-hmm. You're going to say that?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even think of saying it 10 years later.
Yeah, and then in front of Peyton too.
Yeah, let alone a couple of weeks later. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Lucas doesn't know that Payne said that earlier, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Payne says that, he's a pain in the ass, but he's right. And then tells Lucas to go. She'll meet him at the game. And Lucas says that she can go with him, and he holds his hand out for her, and she says that she can't keep letting him save her. She has to learn to get by on her own. She'll be fine.
She's got her livestock.
Yeah. Pitbull on the wall, yeah. Lucas says that it's kind of disturbing, and she says that it keeps the monsters at bay. So then Rachel goes to see Brooke after the fashion show is over, and it's going well for Brooke because the buyers have been telling her that they want her, her line in their stores, and she has another show in an hour. And then she sees that Rachel seems to be down, so she asks her what's wrong. And Rachel says that she wishes her timing was better, but there's something she needs to know about Nick and how he kept her after school today. And then when they were alone, he hit on her. And then Brooke, says to her, you can't see him anymore. He's a bad guy. And does she understand that?
Oh my God, she was so annoying because she's the one that did it.
Who, Rachel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that was kind of hitting on him. He wasn't doing anything besides leave me alone.
Mm-hmm. And then Brooke, says that she understands that, she doesn't have a boyfriend right now. Maybe she's feeling jealous.
When she said that, I was like, burn.
Mm-hmm. And Rachel just says, never mind, and walks out. And then Deb at the pharmacy, the pharmacist is taking time reading the prescription because, he thinks that there's a mistake because the doctor prescribed her 3 different sedatives. And Deb says she has a serious condition and she appreciates a little sensitivity.
Oh my God, I love when he said that, okay, I just have to call your doctor to make sure this is right and everything. And she, oh my God, though, when she grabs him and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
And threatens him.
Yes, I was like, he does not deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not okay. Like, you
And
have
then calls
crossed
them
the
names.
line now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I love when he goes and he calls. You don't know who he's calling, but you know he's calling somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I love
And
it.
then, yeah. And then back at the apartment, Haley checks down the boy who's been in the bathroom for a while when the girl gives her a cup of something and Haley drinks it without even looking at, what's in it. And then she spits it out, asking the girl what was that, and she says dirt and water. And then just then the boy comes out of the bathroom dressed like a ninja with a fake sword that's a plunger, and he's holding it, from a suction cup part somehow and swings it at Haley. And she uses that pointer stick thing with her, for her sword, and the girl cheers him on. And Haley ends up hiding in the bathroom to get away from them. And then from the Drama Queens podcast, the little girl is
Yeah,
Deborah's or
yeah.
not, Barbara's
Barbara's
daughter.
daughter.
Yeah, that was cool. And then Nathan is at Dan's office going to the safe and says out loud, he'll pay him back. And he, opens it to find it's empty, just some papers. And the TV's on, and Nathan hears his mom, who was arrested for
Where'd you say
falsifying a
what?
prescription, in his office, the mayor's office, because he was going to get money from the safe.
Yeah, he said he was talking about his mom though.
Yeah, on the TV, the
No,
news.
he said, "Sorry, mom, I'll pay you back."
No, I meant like he was saying to Dan that he'll pay him back.
No, he said, "Sorry, mom, I'll pay you back."
Even though he was in Dan's office, at the mayor's office.
I don't think he was at the mayor's office
Oh, looks
because
like it.
he was taking money from his mom because Dan said no.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Because yeah, he said, "Sorry, mom, I'll pay you back. I promise."
I didn't hear the mom part.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I'll pay you back.
No, he said mom.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah, so he hears that she was arrested.
Yep. And then Dan finds, oh my god. He's all happy.
Yeah, at the cafe. And that Deb won't be making the game tonight.
And then Karen looks at him.
And then Brooke goes into Turner's office because he heard about Mr. Chavez having a relationship with a student, sexual relations, and he's been told it's her.
When Nathan opens up the safe, that's when he sees there's nothing in there from his mom.
Okay, yeah.
Because she was buying pills.
Well, she was getting them from the doctor until recently, so she wasn't technically paying for them. It's probably her insurance, so she probably
insurance cut her off.
Yeah, she was probably spending her money on alcohol.
Probably.
That's what she had done. Yeah, so Brooke tells Mr. Turner, that's not true, and Turner says it's a serious matter, and that he's suspended until further notice, and if anything's true, then he'll be fired. And Brooke says that that's not true.
I love that Principal Turner isn't involved.
Yeah, he got to take it seriously.
Because think about it, on Dawson's Creek, they made it kind of like a school board kind of thing. Remember, it wasn't this kind of thing. So I because is the principal really involved in the when it was Pacey and whatever her name was? I mean, but it's here, no, Principal Turner's involved. And I love that he said no, he'll be fired. It's good job, because that's the way it needs to be.
Yeah. And then Brooke says, whoever told him is lying, and who would do that? And that's when Rachel shows up in the doorway and says that she would. And then later, back at the place for the fashion show, Nick finds Brooke to tell her, he's been suspended. And she says she knows. And Nick asks her, does she know that Rachel is a conniving bitch? So he's just completely going off. And then, thought she was a friend of hers. Why would she go to the principal? And Brooke says because she said he hit on her. And she asks him if it's true. And he says, how could she even think that? So that wasn't a yes or no, especially since she hit on him. And he tells Brooke she made some snide comment about them in class and made him worried. So he tried talking to her, but she started coming on to him. And she said she thought older guys were hot, which is something that Rachel would say. But Rachel says she can't believe Rachel would do something like that to her. And then, Nick says that even the teachers talk about her. and feels like the behavior is typical for her. And Brooke says that might be, but she's her friend. And Nick says he's sorry for this, but he thinks she knows him. He hopes he does. And he asks
But
Brooke
how much-
how long has she known Rachel? Longer than him, but
Yeah, but she also knows this is what Rachel does.
mhm,
And she's done it how many times to Brooke? So it's just annoying that she's gonna just take Rachel's side.
mhm. But she really shouldn't be able to trust him either for what he's doing in the first place with her. And then not
Yeah,
even
but
being careful with
you
it.
shouldn't be trusting Rachel.
Mhm. And then just then the same model who likes mouth asks Brooke to borrow one of her dresses for going out tonight, and Brooke tells her to keep it. And the model even asks Nick, what does he think of the dress? And he agrees it looks good, telling Brooke it's some dress. And, what does he think of his chances are of getting such an amazing talented designer to kiss him? And she does end up kissing him. And then Dan goes to the station looking at the women in the holding
It's
cell.
hilarious. And he said, so which one of you whores is my ex-wife? He goes, oh yeah, right. The old one on the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What? It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh my God. And then, so, then he said that he has a proposition for her. And she comes up to him and stuff. And then he said that he'll get her out and stuff if she signs Trick back to Karen. Now, if she has to sign it back to Karen, how did Karen really lose it in the first place?
I guess because her name wasn't on it enough to have the ownership, I guess.
Because he said back to, so I'm like, that would seem like you gave it up or something happened. And it was weird.
Yeah, I
He
don't know.
said back to, it wasn't, you need to give Trick to her. It
Mhm.
was back to her.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like the wording just sounded like she never, like she gave ownership up and she didn't.
Yeah, maybe they had like Deb was 51%, owner of the club. So maybe she had a little bit more,
Well, you
ownership of
still
it.
can't kick somebody out of it.
Right. Yeah. You usually have
Like
to pay them off.
legally,
Mhm.
yeah, legally you'd go through that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think they just did that just to have Dan do something to help Karen out. And that was the only thing they could come up with.
And it was funny.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So, he tells Dan or Deb that he'll give her painkillers if she does this and a ride home.
Yeah, because he really doesn't care what she does.
Mm-hmm. Or she can stay there for some years. And then, Deb says that if he makes this go away, she'll do it, but she's not going to rehab. Yeah, so he says that he doesn't care what happens to her, just to sign Trick back.
Mm.
And then back at the apartment,
Oh,
Haley.
no. But then when he's about to leave, he goes, I'll see you on the outside, boozy.
Yeah, like what he called Keith.
Yes, I was like, that's what you call the key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the brother that you killed.
Mm-hmm.
And then back at the apartment, Haley is now hiding from the kids behind her kitchen table.
Yeah, well, she's on the phone with her mother.
Yeah, who's not even picking up the phone.
Well, no, she's talking to them because she said you were supposed to be here.
Oh, yeah, that was later, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently she's supposed to pick them up an hour ago.
Yeah, an hour. Yeah, it's been an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd be like, lady, come get your kids. They'll be outside.
Yeah, because she has to go to the game and she doesn't end up taking them, but she shouldn't have to. Yeah, so then at the game, Mouse mentions that with one more win, the Tree Hill Ravens will make the state finals for the first time in 18 years, so since Stan played. And then on the sidelines, Nathan tells Whitey that he made the call to Duke. He's taking a scholarship, and Whitey, asks about Haley, and he says that she's going with him.
And
so,
well, of course, then Whitey has to say that, like he's proud of him and stuff because he's doing it the right way. And it's like, if only you knew. Right. I mean, obviously that part he's doing the right way, but if he's in financial
trouble,
yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like Whitey doesn't know what he's really doing.
Yeah.
And of course, you could see that on Nathan's face of like, when he finds out, he's not gonna be so proud.
Nope. And then Nathan walks over to Lucas, who sees Daunte sitting in the bleachers. So he asks Nathan what he's doing there. And Nathan says, how
mind your own business.
Yeah, and then Rachel and Brooke are stretching when Rachel tells Brooke, nice outfit. She's so jealous, and then looks down at hers and says, oh, wait, I'm wearing the same thing. And then Brooke says, she knows something else she's full of. That's not just jealousy. And then the game starts, and Peyton gets there, and she's fine until someone with a camera makes that shuddering noise, making her jump, and she spots the
Oh.
person.
And he's also blonde.
Oh, I didn't see that. I was just paying attention to the camera.
Yeah, he's blonde, just like Derek.
Yeah, so she gets the flashbacks again. So then she runs out of the school and steps, goes down the sidewalk, and then the real Derek scares her from the sound of his footsteps walking up behind her.
I'm surprised that Lucas didn't run out.
Didn't what?
Didn't run out of the
right.
school.
He probably didn't see her. Yeah.
Somebody that's always wanting to save Peyton. Like,
Mhm.
I'm just surprised I was happy that the writers didn't write it that way.
Mhm.
Because they very easily could have.
Yeah.
Like, he's the one that's saving her. But like, no. I was happy it wasn't Lucas because he needs to be there for the game for himself. Like, he can't be worrying all the time of Peyton. Like, she has to start worrying for herself kind of thing. Like, they're not together. He's not married to her. Like, he needs to focus on what he's doing.
I mean, they're friends, yeah, but he was focused on Daunte too, so.
Yeah, but I was happy that the writers didn't write it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because they very easily could have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think if it was Nathan and Haley.
Mm-hmm.
They probably would have wrote it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But they're married, so they kind of should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Payne tells Derek she didn't make it 5 minutes in there, so he can call her a baby. And he says he didn't come down there to call her a baby. He's there to apologize. And
I like what he said, tomorrow will be 6 minutes.
Yeah. And then, yeah, he says he'll stop being a jackass if she can forgive him. And she says that she was getting kind of used to the yelling. And then he says that he knows that the cycle is still out there and knows what he did to her, but she has a choice, let it destroy her or she can get up and fight. And, she doesn't think she's strong enough, but he says that if she feels like she's not, then he'll be there for her.
And then he said she didn't want that.
Mm-hmm.
And he just tells her that he hasn't let many people in.
Yeah, so just like her. Yep.
See, they got more in common than I think.
Yep. And then back at the game, Nathan makes eye contact with Daunte, and Lucas sees this too, so he's definitely got his eye on them. And then during the break in the locker room, he asks the team what's going on out there, what he does.
Well, yeah, because Nathan keeps messing up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's distracted.
No, on purpose. He's trying not.
Oh, yeah. To shape.
To
yeah.
make the basket.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, Whitey says it's like they're giving away points and trying to.
I know. I'm like, one is.
Mm-hmm. And then the team walks out, but Lucas stops Nathan, asking what's going on, with his plane. And he knows it's not nerves. And Nathan says he doesn't know anything. And Lucas says, he knows he's having money problems. And he knows Dan didn't help him out. And then suddenly he's talking to those guys on the court. And now he's playing like crap.
Yeah.
So he asks Nathan.
And so what do they want you to do? Lose the game? Betray your teammates? I was like, oh. But then, of course, like the look on Nathan's face, it's like, obviously that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but then Nathan, when he said, unless you're drowning in debt, you've got a wife and a kid on the way. I'm like, there's other ways to do this, Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get a job.
Right.
It's like, who put themselves in this position?
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Right.
It's like, so man up. But I'm just like, are you kidding me? This is your way out?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't like that he said that to Lucas, because I'm like, what? Doesn't make any sense.
I mean, yeah, because Lucas doesn't know the responsibility that he's, taking on, but yeah.
I know, but Nathan chose that.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that chose to have a wife in high school.
Mm-hmm.
That's on him. Also, he doesn't have a job.
Right.
So, how were you ever affording the apartment? I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. So Lucas tells Nathan to help him understand this, or he's going to tell Whitey. So that's when, Lucas explains everything. And Lucas, is annoyed.
Yeah, well, Nathan said, I never lose the game.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta, he said, we're still going to win. just by less
Mhm.
than 10 points. And of
Yeah.
course, Lucas is just not okay with this.
Right. And nobody cares.
Here's the
Mm.
thing. Like when Lucas also talks about like people caring, because like Nathan said, nobody was gonna care. I
Mhm.
get like the town probably won't care as long as they win. But you know who's gonna care? Those scouts.
Mhm.
Those are the ones that care.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that take your scholarship away. So I was like, what do you, so I get the town may not care, you know, how much they win by, but the scouts will. So you
Mhm.
want to go to Duke, you want to probably be the starter, right? You're not going to be if you lose by less than 10 points because they're going to go, that's it.
Mhm.
Like, I thought you could do better. And given how the scouts have seen him play, at his
Before.
best,
Mhm.
they're going to go, you didn't give it your all, and that's it. We're done.
Right.
Well,
Mhm.
we're going on to somebody that will be great and is great. So I was like, I didn't like that comment because I'm like, it doesn't make any sense for Nathan because are you kidding me?
Mhm.
The scouts care.
Yeah. So he tells Lucas he has no other way out unless he has, 15 grand lying around. And just then Whitey walks up asking if there's a problem. The boys look at each other and, Lucas says, no, there isn't, and walks out. Then back in the gym, Brooke walks over to Rachel saying to her, she needs to stop being roommates. She needs to stop being roommates
Roommates
with girls
always
who,
feeling
steal
yeah.
boyfriends. Yeah.
And she goes, Peyton. Oh, I mean Rachel.
Mm-hmm. And then Rachel asks, what is she talking about? And, that's when Brooke says, Nick said that you were flirting with him and about her magazine, like shoving it in his face. And Rachel tells Brooke that she wouldn't do that to her. And Brooke says, really enlist the things that she has done to her, seduce Lucas, who, when he was her boyfriend, take her spot as cheer captain. And 2 weeks ago, she told the entire school that she was pregnant. It's pretty bad. And was just beginning to think that she was a real person. But she's just, this is actually kind of funny to me, how she calls her a slutty, lying liar who lies. But, yeah, Brooke does have a point of the things that she listed before. And that wasn't even everything. That was just like recently, so that's even worse that she's done to her.
Yeah, and some of it, they were roommates.
Mhm.
Like the whole pregnancy thing, they were roommates.
Mhm.
And she still did that.
Yeah.
So what does Rachel do when wouldn't you want to not close your eyes at night? Like given that Rachel does this?
Mhm.
I'd be like, what are you gonna do when my eyes are closed?
Yeah. So then, so Haley has the kids at the game.
Okay, I have a question on this.
Mhm.
They only have the car
Right.
that Daunte got back for them.
Mhm.
Nathan's at the game, so he
Right.
probably had the car because she was home. How did she and the kids get to the game?
Well, I was thinking maybe he went with Lucas in his car, and then she had the car
So you
since he
think
knew that she.
maybe,
I
so
mean,
you
she.
think, so you
He.
think maybe he left the car in case an emergency, like she needed the car,
Yeah, maybe.
and then he either walked or whatever?
Mhm.
Because yeah, it doesn't make much sense that well, because didn't she say at the beginning to him like stop by after school or whatever to like see the kids?
Mhm.
And that's when he was like, no, like don't like kids. But like, um, so was he going to pick them up then? I don't know, I'm just kind of confused because they only have one car.
Mhm.
Like, do they both get there separately? But then again, Haley has even with a motorcycle, Haley was going to school and work and everything separately,
Mhm.
which also made no sense.
Right.
So I guess they all just walked.
Yeah.
Someone's got to walk.
Mhm. Yeah, because they could say that like Karen was letting Haley use her car, but never mentioned anything like that. So.
Well, and Nathan was at the bus stop.
Mhm.
So
Unless Haley's been taking the bus too, and they just never showed it.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened. And maybe this time he took the bus to go to Pratt or to the game, and then Haley had the car. They just never mention it.
Yeah. Yeah, so the kids are misbehaving, and that's when Karen walks up, and Haley's trying to get some help from her, but she just tells her,
Karen's has a smile on her face. She's kind of like loving this.
Yeah, and, just hang in there, and then the kids drag Haley off. And then Karen's standing there watching the game when Dan walks up, telling her that he's glad she can make it, and he gives her the papers to the ownership of Trick.
Yeah. Then he said it's all yours.
Yep. And he says he beat some sense into Deb.
Then he goes, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But he's not kidding.
Yeah. And then he says that he caught her at a rare, sober moment and offered her some help to get, in exchange for Trick. And Karen says, accepting an old crib from him is one thing, but this is too much. And he says that, if she'd rather have Deb, have it because, she's seen the news.
Well, and she can barely take care of herself.
Yeah.
But okay, so of course he says, it's the right thing to do for you, the baby, and for the business. And he said, tell me I'm wrong, I'll take it back. It's like, oh my God. Because, of course, she's going to agree with him on that one.
Yeah.
And also, he got it back for you. I get you probably think there's probably some strings attached to that. Because with Dan, there usually is. But also, you have to think, too, she's the one that came to you and told you to go away. Get out of Trick. I would be like, thank you so much for getting it back for me because of that woman. I would be so happy that he did that. Wouldn't you? If she kicked you out of your own club that you made, you built, and then she kicked you out. I don't understand why you wouldn't be so happy that he did that.
Right.
How else were you going to get it back? She wasn't giving it back.
And then back at Peyton's, Jared gives her a dummy to punch, and she doesn't believe she has it, what it takes. And he says that if they share any genes, she's got some fight in her, and then says, their dad taught him to box when he was young before he left, and that's why he didn't want to meet her. He always hated him for leaving and meeting Ellie and having her, even though he didn't know her. And that kind of anger used to eat him up, and then he started punching it, to get that pain out and face it head on. And he's hoping that she can do the same. So then Peyton quotes him saying, the world will back off when you make it back off. And he's, helping her put the gloves on. And she says that she doesn't know if she can do this. And he says he does. So go ahead and do it. And tells her what to do. And then back at the game, the Ravens are up by 9 points, exactly like Daunte wanted. But then Whitey tells Nathan to sit at the bench because they're only up by 9, and he's not going to expose his best player to injuries.
I love this because, then he tells Lucas that he's the best shooter, the free throw shooter.
Yeah, that's supposed to be Nathan, right?
I thought he makes all the baskets. Remember, he's the one that always has all the points. And I'm like, remember, he's the one that can do a free throw shot in his sleep. I was like, and you mean to tell me Lucas is the best? Okay.
Right.
And then of course Lucas now has a choice to make. Does he make Coach proud or does he help Nathan?
Right. And then the bleachers, Dante's watching the scoreboard saying if, they score one more point, Nathan doesn't leave the gym in one piece. And there's only 5 seconds left. And then Mouth asks Gigi what's Lucas' free throw score is, and she says 92% from the line and 100%
hot. And I was like, I'm not lying. I agree with her.
It's just funny because she's supposed to be with Mouth, and she's saying this.
Yeah, but how can you not say it? Look at him.
So then he misses the first throw, and then he looks at Nathan, who looks over at Daunte, and Lucas is deciding what to do. And then he purposely misses this next one. But they, of course, they still win the game, and Nathan looks relieved and grateful for what Lucas did.
Yeah, Whitey is happy, obviously, that they won.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like Nathan, like here's the thing too, like you just let Lucas do this.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of threatened him into it. It's like, and so he could have had a great night, like had this glory moment, and you
Mm-hmm.
ruined it for him.
Yeah.
Because now people are gonna go, remember, that's all Lucas does is mess up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're always going to say something. And so I'm like, really, Nathan?
Mm-hmm.
You did that to your brother.
Yeah.
Keep that. What? I have a question though. Lucas does so much for Nathan,
Mm-hmm.
even in the later years, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does Nathan do for Lucas as a brother? Besides cause him stress.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really even think of too much.
Me either. I can't think of anything that Nathan really does for Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lucas does everything for Nathan.
Right.
So I'm like, Nathan, what exactly do you do for Lucas besides give the dude stress?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all I can think of.
Yeah. So then a bit later, Skills, is shown, and he tells Mouth, he did a good job tonight, but now they're gonna go to stay, and he kind of wants to pump up his profile a bit, so maybe he could start referring to him as Mad Skills Taylor. But then Mouth asks Skills for advice, if he had to choose a date between a hot model and her model friends, or a nice girl who's kind of odd, who would he pick? And Skills says, pick the girl that's most beautiful on the inside. And then Mouth is happy with his answer, but then Skills asks him if he's crazy. First of all, models aren't walking around handing out party passes to, short guys with no ass kids like him. And then says, no disrespect. He's just saying, and, don't blow it. Opportunity only knocks once. And if he doesn't answer, he will.
I think Skills just said I should have kept it at the first thing he said.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the nice way of saying it.
Yeah. And then somewhere else in the gym, Haley is asking people if they've seen the kids. She lost them at some point somehow.
Yeah, but of course, Nathan has the kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's teaching them how to shoot.
Yeah, so he never even met the kids, right? So he just started playing with these random kids, right?
Well, I'm sure he saw Haley with him at some point.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was funny if he really didn't even know them. But yeah, he's showing them to make baskets and telling them what to do. And the boy says that he wants to be just like him when he grows up, which was cute. And then Lucas
It should make him feel good, but it should also make Nathan be like, I don't ever want to do this again with Daunte.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then Lucas passes by Nathan on his way out, and Haley joins Nathan with the kids. And then Brooke goes to see Nick, and she asks him if she can stay with him, after everything with Rachel. She doesn't want to stay there.
Cringy moment.
Mm-hmm.
Walks in and he's like, yeah, okay. And then of course she sees the red dress.
Yeah.
And then the model.
Yeah, because he said like for them to go out because he was trying to like get her out of there to not see the model, but of course it didn't work because Brooke put her bag down. That's when she saw, yeah. And it was the same model that we've seen the whole day that, liked Mouth. So obviously Mouth picked Gigi, so the model had no plans, and I guess her friends weren't there either. Like maybe they went to the restaurant and she went with Nick. But yeah, so.
I know. I just felt so bad for Brooke though. I'm like,
yeah.
Because here she truly likes Nick. I don't know why, but she truly likes him.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what he's doing.
Yeah. And then you think too, the model kind of saw Brooke talking with Nick earlier, so you kind of think that she would think that she was involved with Nick or something.
Yeah, like they were together because they were.
Yeah, so I wonder if she like asked about Brooke, when she went over there at least, but it doesn't seem that way. And she didn't even like feel bad. I mean, it didn't seem like she like felt bad either about Brooke catching them,
It didn't seem like he felt bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, but when she slapped him a couple times,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was here for it.
Yeah, she turned around and did it again. Yeah.
I was like, keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see it on replay.
Yeah. And she took the dress too. And then Lucas is just sitting thinking about things, and Brooke goes back to Rachel. She tells her she was right. And, Rachel says she's sorry. She wishes she wasn't right and hugs her as Brooke cries. And then Mouth meets up with Gigi. She's wearing the red dress because he said red earlier. And he tells her that he's glad he picked it. She looks beautiful. And the kids are finally picked up by their mom after so many hours late. And the little girl hugs Haley, and Haley admits that was sweet of her. But when
Oh.
we see her back,
Yeah, then Nathan pulls the paper off, and what did I say? Kick me or something?
yeah, that old joke that seems
Yeah.
so
Stupid.
now, but I actually watched that back. The sign was already there when the little girl hugged her. So
Oh.
obviously, yeah. So I think they couldn't like get the little girl to be sneaky about it, so they just had it on her back ready to make it look like she put it on there. But yeah,
I have a question.
yeah,
Is this the little girl that of hers that was in the Gossip Girl reboot?
yeah. Oh, yeah. I looked that up, but I couldn't tell face wise. I never like look up her name. Because to me, face wise, it didn't look like it, but it could have been. I don't know.
I don't know, just because then you could see like she got her start early kind of thing.
Yeah, because I think that's her youngest daughter, maybe, and
Well, and remember too, like, Gossip Girl and One Tree Hill at some point, like, once one or Gossip Girl started, then they
Mhm.
were kind of in what you call it, competition with each other.
Right, yeah.
And so it's just kind of funny, like, her, she was on here, and then if that is the same one, she went on to do the reboot of Gossip Girl.
Mhm.
Like all the parallels.
Mhm. Yeah, because like I said, I didn't even think to look up her name. I was just like looking at face wise, but and then
So I was happy that the mom picked up the kids because it's after the game. So it's late at
mhm.
night, and this woman is finally picking up her
Yeah.
children.
Yeah, like I said, hours late. I hope
Like,
she paid Haley extra for that.
it was only supposed to be a couple of hours, like 1 or 2 hours, not
Mhm.
all evening. Because
Yep.
it's after the game, and they're home finally from the game, and she's just picking them up. So it's got to be close to like midnight, I would think.
Right. Yeah, actually it's not the Gossip Girl actress, it's one of her other daughters.
Oh.
So, because the other one, I feel like she was too young at this time. So yeah, it was the older one.
Mhm.
But yeah. Um, where was I?
Um, Lucas, maybe.
Oh, when Nathan asks if she still likes kids, Haley, and she says she'll like their kid.
They're good. I know that's funny. I'm
Yeah.
like, see, told you.
Mm-hmm. And then Peyton is punching the dummy, and we see a shot of the bulldog and Peyton's signature. Red heart is on it with Derek on it. So I'm guessing that's like her brother Derek, like as if he's like watching her when he's not there. That was a little weird that she put her brother's name on there.
Maybe it's a psycho one, and she's trying to punch it.
Maybe, yeah. And then Nathan finds Lucas at the river court. He thanks Lucas, for what he did tonight. It was hard. It was hard for him to throw those points away, and he says he'll make it up to him somehow. And the team at state, and this is a one-time thing. It's over now. And after some of Lucas's narration, he tells Nathan that he'll always be there for him, but never again, and walks off. So.
Yep, I like that part.
Oh, and then that's when Daunte's car leaves as well. So he was watching them.
God, I don't like him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that was it.
So my high was I liked Lucas being there for Nathan
Mm-hmm.
because even though Nathan was like, mind your business, all this, Lucas still cared enough.
Mm-hmm.
Which tells you a lot about a person.
Yeah.
I also like when Dan went to go see Karen or to see Deb in jail. I like that part.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that he gave Karen the paper.
Yeah. I liked when Derek was actually being there for Peyton, even though he said he wasn't gonna be that guy for her, but he ended up being that anyway. And then I didn't like, how Nathan put Lucas in that situation about the shaving the points. So
Yeah, that's what I didn't like either. Oh, and I also didn't like Deb getting physical with the pharmacist.
pharmacist, yeah.
Rude.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why she belongs in jail.
Yeah.
I would rate this an 8.5. I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah. I'd
What
say
about
an 8. 8,
Okay.
yeah.
And then who's your best and worst?
Worst is Daunte because he's messing everything up for the boys, not just Nathan anymore. And then the best is Lucas because, he was there for Nathan when no one was really looking out for him, and Daunte, even though it was obvious that that he was involved with him. So,
So for me, the worst, I'm gonna go with Rachel
okay.
because she got Nick suspended, and obviously it all worked out. But at that time, she didn't know this information. That he was still seeing seeing other people.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was really ruining her friendship with Brooke, and that she kind of outed their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, the school's going to be keeping an extra eye now on Brooke for the last few months of school.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't exactly what a friend would do or should do.
Right.
So I didn't like that, and she was too pushy with him
Mm-hmm.
and saying that kind of stuff, like, "Oh, you like Brooke," like that
Mhm.
kind of thing, like you're jealous. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Mhm.
So I didn't like that, and I liked the way she was treating Brooke in the episode. And then, but of course, the best, hands down, has to go to Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
Because, of course, save Nathan again.
Right.
Because he could have very easily made those 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan, something bad would have happened to Nathan.
Yep.
So he's always looking out for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the next episode?
Episode 8, nothing left to say but goodbye.
Sounds interesting. Who's saying bye?
I don't know.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.